Hello third line users. In this tutorial we're going to cover how to send a fax from your user portal. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log into our user portal. And the first thing you need to do is make sure that your settings are set up correctly. It will import some of it from the default settings of your tenant, but if this is the first time you've ever sent a fax, then you need to go under settings and then select fax settings. Put in your 10-digit station ID. This would be the 10-digit telephone number that you would use for, let's say, inbound fax to email, or if you have a fax machine that you could use that fax machine's telephone number here. But this is going to be what will show up on a traditional fax machine in their headers. So we're going to go ahead and just put, I'm just going to put the telephone number for information as a nice way of being clandestine here. Then we're going to say notify me for success and failure and success. And we're going to put in our email address. So that way, should we send and receive a fax, we want to get a notification that there was a problem. We also want to get notification that there is nothing else. And then if we have a success, we want to be notified by that as well. The number of retries would be if we got a busy signal, how many times is it going to attempt to deliver that fax before it finally gives up. The defaults are 12 with a retry time of 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. That basically means every 5 minutes it's going to try up to 12 times, which is roughly an hour. If it keeps getting busy signals after an hour, you're going to get an email saying that it was completely unsuccessful. So we're going to apply those changes. And once those changes are set, then we can come in here and click on Send Faxes, and we're going to put in a remote fax number. So in this case, I'm going to send myself a fax. You're going to pick a PDF file. So make sure that your file, I know it says PDF or TIFF. I highly recommend you stick to PDF because your TIFF would have to be specifically formatted as a fax type of TIFF. Whereas if you upload a PDF, there's a conversion tool in the background that will do that for you. So we're going to go ahead and look for, I've already made a text fax PDF page, which is more or less a cover page. And we're going to upload that. Now it's very important to remember that when you are making your PDF, that your PDFs are in the same type of format, North American letter, whatever you set for your format under the settings is important that your format is this way as well. Do not try to have a mixed combination of portrait and landscape in your PDF. I get a lot of calls about why isn't this working? I can't fax it because it's in landscape. And that's because that is not part of the fax standard. When you go to a traditional fax machine, it only accepts the paper one way. It's only portrait. You may think that you just faxed a piece of paper in landscape mode, but you didn't stick it in there sideways. You put it in there in portrait mode, and when it came out of the fax machine, the other guy looked at it and said, oh, I need to turn this sideways. So it always needs to be rotated into portrait mode. Once we have the file selected, we're going to say upload and send fax. And then you'll get a confirmation that the process has been starting. Assuming the other fax machine is ready to answer, it's going to take you 30 seconds to a minute per page of whatever you faxed. So be looking for your confirmation or failure email within a few minutes. If it was a very long fax, then if you didn't get a failure, then it could take however many minutes it takes, depending on the number of pages, Your failures you'll get pretty regularly. And this concludes the tutorial for sending a fax from your user portal. Thank you.